Well, hello there, my spry and handsome friend. It has been a minute. What's it been, like a whole week? Crazy. So, you might have noticed, I am not in my usual place of filming, and that is because at long last, after literally over a year of looking for a place, I have finally managed to move to the Gold Coast. Here I am in the new crib. Keep an eye on my Instagram for a little house tour coming up soon, but it's good. I'm glad to be here. It's a lot of fun. Celebrating the fact that I finally successfully managed to move to the Gold Coast, I thought I'd start a bit of a new series here on my YouTube that I like to call the Rapid Fire Q&A. We're gonna have to come up with a better title for that. You're a copywriter, so do me a favor, just let me know in the comments what a better title for that would be. More sexy title, you know what I'm saying? The whole idea behind this is I'm gonna give myself 5 minutes on the clock to answer as many questions as I can from my audience, from you, specifically from my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you are fucking up, my friend. I did a story this morning. We had quite a lot of really good questions come in. So for your chance to have your question answered on this series on my channel, make sure you're following me on Instagram. Keep an eye on my stories for when I do this next month. And if you get in early enough, I might just answer your question. So without further ado, let's jump in. Have my trusty timer here, very high tech. 5 minutes on the clock. I'm gonna answer these as they come in. Have not prepared anything. I haven't even seen the questions yet. I'm just gonna open up my story, the poll results for the questions, and we're gonna see what comes in. Let's do this. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So here we go. Time starts now. 5 minutes on the clock. So, Ezequiel Bastello, totally butchered that, asks how to become a copywriter in the e-commerce niche. Well, dude, to be fair, it's pretty much how you become a copywriter in any other niche, right? You learn the skill of copywriting, specifically some form of copywriting that you want to offer in particular, sales pages, websites, emails, ads, whatever it might be. You then find e-commerce business store owners, you approach them, and you sign them as clients using all of the other strategies that I've taught in my last 2 years of posting YouTube videos. So you can go watch those and learn how. Mandy0122 asks, why you can earn so much already as you are seems so young? Any factor push you? Yeah, there's a lot actually that went into it. I have been truthfully investing in myself since a very young age. Like as soon as I started making any money whatsoever, the first part-time job I ever got, I was at a cafe earning about $14 an hour. Literally every single cent that I earned from that cafe went into personal development, courses, programs, anything like that when it came to literally everything from just like mindset, personal development, business, body language, sub-communications, marketing, closing, like all of it. I was just obsessed from a young age. That was something, honestly, that interests me in investing my money more into that, into my own personal growth than anything else. So I've been doing that since I was about 15, which probably explains something, right? So, am I promising you're gonna be running $1 million a year business by the age of 23 like I am? No, right? But certainly an incredible first step is to start investing in yourself. Learn from people who are years and decades ahead of you, shortcut the learning curve from 5 years to 5 months, and just learn from the people who are the best in the industry. That will exponentially decrease the amount of time it takes to get to where you want to be. Good question. Next question. Emma.ambitious asks, can I hit 2K by email marketing per month? Emma, I would be disappointed in you if you only hit 2K a month by email marketing, okay? If you want a bit of a comparison, a bit of a benchmark, typically the average rate for a daily email, when I say daily, I mean 5, maybe 7 at the most, but usually 5 emails a week, for a client is gonna be about $2,000 per month. Okay, so just from one single client, it is pretty reasonable that you can expect to earn around $2,000 a month. You get 5 of those per email and you are, boom, just like that, 10K a month, $120,000 a year as an email copywriter, just like so many of my students have done already. Next question. Jake.Leekenen asks, what's the best system for getting all the info you need from the client as a copywriter? Dude, this is an excellent question and I have 2 words for you. Onboarding call. When you land a new client, okay, you finish the closing call, you do whatever you do, I highly recommend you set up an onboarding call. It should go for anywhere from like 10 to sort of 20 minutes. And you want to get clear on all the information that you need from them in order to do your job to the best of your abilities, okay? This is going to be everything from what are they currently promoting, any ideas they have for the angle or how they want to promote it, what's worked for them in the past to promote it in terms of highest, click-through rates, highest open rates, highest sales from sales pages, emails they've done previously, what their expectations are from you in terms of deadline, deliverability. Do they want you to send the emails or the sales page or whatever it is in a Google Doc and then they upload it? Do they want you to actually go and build it in ClickFunnels? All these kinds of things that vary from client to client. You want to be crystal clear on those from the exact beginning. So any questions at all whatsoever that you have in order to do your actual job, you want to get clear on that in the onboarding call. That is the time to do it as soon as you close them. Next question. Michael Beville asks, how did you get started with no experience? That is an excellent question, dude. And the answer is I hired someone to teach me how to write copy. In this case, his name was Jason Capital. He, 4 or 5 years ago, had an incredible course called Email Income Experts. That is where I learned to be an email copywriter. And from there, once I had the actual skill, I was pretty confident that I could deliver results. That is when I essentially started pitching different business owners, different entrepreneurs, clients, potential clients, and basically offering to work, offering to write a few emails for them for free, just to get my foot in the door. And then once I did a good job with them, that's when I actually signed a contract with them and started getting paid every month to write emails for them. And then they referred me to their friends, etc., and it kind of just grew from there. Fred Connects asks, can you talk about the key component of a good sales letter? Yes, Fred. Yes, I can. There's so much that goes into writing a successful, high-performing sales letter, but in my opinion, the two most important things are going to be, number one, the big idea, aka what angle are you kind of going for? So, imagine you're selling some weight loss offer. There are literally a million different angles you could hit it from, whether it's some caveman in 2000 BC discovers the secret to weight loss. And it's the most unconventional thing ever, right? There's a story angle, there's a success story angle, there's there's so many different angles you can take it from, but the big idea is going to be the important thing. And then the lead, aka the first couple pages of the sales letter, the hook, the thing that the people read first, that basically gets their attention and gets them to read the rest of the sales letter, is going to be the other most important part of that. Those two things are going to be the biggest needle movers, the biggest leverage in terms of actually getting a sales letter to go from not converting well to completely crushing. The Copy Nomad asks, how are you so fucking handsome? Nico, dude, I think you gave me some good habits. I get it from you, okay? Just it brushed off a little bit. That beard is fucking magnificent. It's the sexiest beard I've ever seen. So you're definitely leading me in that department. That's all I'm saying, right? Miggy Mose asks, how did you discover copywriting? Dude, that's a pretty good question. I actually have a video on YouTube about exactly how I went from broke, working in a warehouse, to 6-figure freelance copywriter, all the way through to 7-figure coach on the other side. So I'll leave a link to that somewhere right there, or in the description or something for you to check that out after this. Courtney asks, do you wish you had done something different in the beginning of your success journey? Yes, there is one thing that I wish I did differently, and that is going to be, I wish I hired a mentor/coach sooner in my entrepreneurial journey. Of course, if you watched the video that I talked about earlier, you would know that I literally started and failed at 5 different businesses before I eventually came to my senses and I hired a coach to actually teach me step by step what to do. I'd rather learn from someone else's failures than have to go and make all of those mistakes again myself, right? So that's the only thing I wish I did earlier. But honestly, my journey is my journey. I wouldn't change it for the world. Apart from that one small little detail that would have saved me a year of struggling. Last question from Mo_Al-Badwi, totally butchered that again. What would you advise agency owners who are just getting started in the business? Dude, that's a really good question. Before you actually scale up and you attempt to form an agency, I would 100% make sure you're at least pulling in 5 to 10 grand a month yourself as a freelancer first. Then you can start to think about outsourcing things. When it comes to outsourcing, don't just outsource everything at the same time straight away. Okay, start with the least dollar an hour tasks. So the $5, $10 an hour things that you can easily outsource to a VA, someone from the Philippines, from Fiverr or Upwork. Get them doing that basic stuff for you first. Once you're confident they're doing a good job, it's set and forget. Then you can move on to outsourcing some of the more higher leverage activities, aka maybe the actual deliverable, the actual work itself, the actual writing of the copy. Typically, the more you would have to pay someone to do that role, that is kind of like the last thing you should outsource compared to the obvious like $10 an hour things that you should outsource first. So there is my timer. That is all we have time for today, unfortunately. Ladies and gentlemen, hope this was somewhat valuable. Shut the fuck up now, please. Hope this was valuable or helpful. Let me know in the comments below if we should do more of these in the future, or if we should just nip this in the bud right now and you never want to see another one of these videos ever again. That's totally cool. But I just thought it'd be a cool little nifty idea for a new series that I can start where I can deliver as much value as possible in 5 minutes. So my name is Sean Ferres. You know exactly where the like and subscribe buttons are below, and I will see your beautiful self in the next video next week. Cheers.